Meanwhile, Israeli authorities have released 90 Palestinian prisoners as part of the hostages for prisoner swap deal between Israel and Hamas. The release for these prisoners was in exchange for the return of 3 Israeli hostages on Sunday. The first of 33 hostage releases to be due, which are to be freed from Gaza under phase 1 of the deal. Hundreds of people cheered, chanted and honked car horns as 2 buses arrived in the West Bank town of Bitunia. Images showed members of the crowd climbing atop the lead bus and unfurled the Hamas flag. They were joined by others waving the flags of Fatah, Islamic Jihad and several other Palestinian factions, as well as the Palestinian national flag. Earlier, the buses carrying freed Palestinian prisoners departed the Israeli military prison, Ofer, near Ramallah in the Israeli-occupied part of the West Bank early on Monday. According to Hamas, those freed from Israeli prison include 69 women and 21 minors from the West Bank and Jerusalem.
I left hell and now I'm in heaven. We are out of hell. They used to violate us, beat us, fire tear gas towards us. They used to count us while our heads were down on the floor. Suddenly they would enter the cells and fire gas toward us. They say bad words at us. There's no food, no sweets, no salt, there's nothing.
The prisoner release, the first in the war since November 2023, followed the freeing of 3 women hostages by Hamas. Emily Damari, Romy Gonen and Doran Steinbrecher were handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza on Sunday afternoon. They were later flown to a hospital in Tel Aviv in a helicopter where they had a tearful reunion with their families. Israel has named 737 prisoners who are to be released over the first phase of the deal. The exchange for 33 Israeli hostages, which is more than 230 of them, are expected to be exiled immediately upon their release. The agreement was negotiated with the mediation of Qatar, Egypt and the United States, aiming to end more than 15 months of war in the Gaza Strip. The incoming US President Donald Trump hailed ceasefire agreement as the first step towards lasting peace in West Asia. He also claimed that the agreement only happened as a result of his presidential victory in November.
It's beautiful all. This week we achieved an epic ceasefire agreement as a first step toward lasting peace in the Middle East. And this agreement could only have happened as a result of our historic victory in November.
Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has said that it was ready to pour much-needed aid into Gaza, but that it would need systematic access across the territory to do so. Much of the Gaza Strip's health infrastructure has been destroyed. It also estimated the cost of rebuilding Gaza's battered health system will require more than $10 billion. Aid trucks continue to move into Gaza via Egypt's Rafah crossing. The deal requires 600 truckloads of aid to be allowed into Gaza every day of the initial 6-week ceasefire. Including 50 carrying fuel, half of the 600 aid trucks would be delivered to Gaza's north, where experts have warned famine is imminent. The World Food Programme has said that it was moving to full throttle to get food to as many Gazans as possible.